Hi there, my name is Adele. I'm the founder of Naked Marriage, Naked Recovery, and the Spark program. So this is video number 2 of the kind of how to put sparkle back in your marriage. And we're just kind of giving you some sort of ideas and some things that you can do to put the spark back in. So the next kind of principle that I want to do, I covered the first 3. If you want to know what they are, just go to the first video. But the next one that I really want to talk about is, often when we're in conflict with our partner and we're dealing with something really, really hectic in the space, the problems can divide us as a team. And the critical part is to not allow problems to divide you and to come back together as a partnership. So it's the two of you against the issue and not allowing the issue to split you as a team. Really what we're talking about is to turn towards each other instead of away from each other when you are dealing with conflict and issues. The two of you together can make a lot more of a difference if you're not warring and against each other whilst you're dealing with this big issue. So that's a top thing, is if you are dealing with something tough, is to sit down with your partner and just go, look, we're allowing this tough thing to actually come between us. It's actually starting to divide us as a team. I don't want that. I'm pretty sure you don't either. Why don't we look at it like this issue is there for the two of us together to tackle as a team? How can we be more of a team in dealing with this particular problem? Okay, so that would be a really important principle to think about. The next principle is that of, and you'll know from the video that I made in marriages that actually are right on the edge of the relationship rift and actually signs of divorce, is people that when a couple gets to a point where they just can't repair an argument that they've had, they just are basically stonewalling and in fury for days and days and weeks. So top principle is to really receive and make repair attempts. So if you have friction and irritation with each other, allow your partner to, if they give you an olive branch, take it. Don't make people crawl over broken glass to actually test whether they really are sorry and if they really understood what they did wrong. It's just a bit, it's unnecessary. In a lot of interviews that they've done of couples that have been together for 40, 50, 60 years, that lightness and jovialness is a really important thing. And, they don't allow huge dramas and wedges to come between them. That lightness means that, all right, we had an argument, it didn't work, let's just move on. We just, I'm sorry, and we just move on. We don't need the drama to kind of go through exactly what happened, okay? And the next principle that I want to cover is the idea that you should really allow your partner to influence you. So if we're in a partnership, you want to feel like you're needed and appreciated and that your opinions matter and that your partner, contributes in some way. You are able to contribute to them and you can make a difference to their life and you can make them happy. And if you're basically being cold and icy and not allowing your partner to influence you or make you happy or cheer you up, that is kind of it's a really nasty wedge that can come between you, where your partner just ends up thinking, what's the point? I can't make any difference to this person. I don't know what to make them happy. And they give up and they get a bit resigned. So one thing that is important is to ask them for their ideas. Hey, I'm struggling with this at work at the moment. What do you think? Oh, that's actually a really good suggestion. Thank you for that. And what do you think about that? And what would you do in that situation? And, welcome their ideas and their inputs and thank them. And, include them in some of the projects and the thinking that you're having. The more you allow them to influence you or allow them to feel, gosh, I can make her happy or I can cheer him up. I know what to do to cheer him up. And there's nothing worse than when you're trying to cheer somebody up and they just refuse to be cheered up. They just refuse to be contributed towards, or they just refuse point blank to have any kind of interaction. So I think those are some things that, I think are pretty important principles. The next one I would say is to kind of soothe yourself and each other. So what that really looks like is ask your partner, you've had a really, really tough day. How can I help you feel better? How can I help soothe you? Do you need to chat? Do you want to sit down and just have a glass of wine and just talk about your day? Can I run you a hot bath? Would you like a massage? Should we just sit here and not talk and just watch TV and hold hands? It's kind of like trying to tune in and find out, like, who is this person? And they're having a really tough time, and maybe there's something that I can do to help soothe them. Come on, let's go out for dinner. We'll just put all these horrible things behind us and not think about it. So that means that time with you becomes like a sacred space. It becomes a place of sanctuary and for a place where they can regenerate themselves. And I think that's a really positive message within a relationship. So those are my top tips. Stay tuned for the next video where I will share my final tips of things you can do to put the sparkle back. But if you have any other questions, just post them on our website and we'll make a video which will hopefully address that. Thanks a lot. Cheers.